Hi there, it's me, Pam Vinny, and I finished the second kind of a peachy, shabby chic journal, and I thought I'd share it with you. The other one is spoken for, and this one is quite a bit similar, but I'll go through it a bit quickly. It's 9.5 by 6.5, the cover, and this one had this doily that was larger, and it covered the whole journal. This one has, and they all have the fabric, this peachy fabric underneath. And so this is the beautiful hand stitched cover. And then what I did was I pieced it together with this shorter one. So I made that as the cover. And it has 3 signatures, and it has the same peachy, stretchy binding. And we'll go through it. And like I said, I made one similar, but there's a few things that are different. So the velvet, love this peach lace. Couple little tags. I might have to ink a few things yet. So I did a lot of die cutting, and then I did dyeing and stamping and stenciling, and there's a tag that I need to probably ink yet. There's a little plate there. There's a little bit of a tea theme here. So yeah, right here you could put something underneath that. Little appliques throughout. A couple little things clipped here. Stenciling. There's a pocket. Has a little butterfly sticker. Pretty. And something for writing on. A little booklet. And I added this little piece there. And this is a digital that I've had for a while. No, I use spray through a stencil. It's kind of a peachy. It's got a little glittery look to it. Digital. Here, there's a, I don't know if you can see it, but I stitched a little tool here. You can kind of see a shape there. And I stuck one of the, it's graphic 45. Time to celebrate. So I'm trying not to hoard my graphic 45 papers and use it. Stenciling. So there's papers for writing. Here's a little tuck. And coffee dyeing, spray to stencil, and here's like a vintage crochet book. Clip this onto here. This I added a tag across. It's a little die cut here, and I did some die cutting. A little sticker there. It's a tag. So that tucks there. This beautiful paper. Then this is a little postcard embossing folder that I have, and I had a vellum piece I stitched across. I die cut that, added that there. Backed it with coffee dyed paper. Made this little booklet. And here, what I did, I took, before I sewed the signature in, I took the paper, folded in half, cardstock, and makes it a little thicker, but it's okay. If you want this beautiful look, I took a hanky, and before I sewed everything in, I placed the hanky with this all open, and I took a sewing machine and I sewed down this before I folded this over. So this was up, it was all opened, and then I sewed it, but I sewed it from the back side. And then I came back in, and it doesn't always work that way, but your paper's not going to be exactly dimensionally fit a hanky most of the time, but this did pretty good. So you can see through here that I glued it. So now you have this beautiful tuck here with the embroidery. So I like how that turned out. And then I added this part of the cutoff at the top, at the side. So on this side, I just left I cut that part off, added it to the side here with some of these shabby flowers. So now you have a little pocket here, which is very sweet. And then I, glued here, glued right here. Added some more images from or die cuts from the paper collection. So let's go down a little bit. So anyway, this can be a little daunting, but it worked. I like the look of it. And then I brought this side over here, and then I added little appliques. So you could even tuck something right here too. You could tuck a little label or something. You could tuck something in there. What else do I have? I know I have other little leftovers. So we could put, we could put something like that in there. Why not? You could use it someplace else. I added appliques here. And then here's a journal card from the collection. Added a little booklet, added a butterfly, some different papers. So I had never done that before with the hanky, so I like that. So that side was folded over like that. The side I cut because it would interfere with over here. So that's what you can do with your hankies. Coughing die, vintage magazine. Got a sweet little applique and ribbon. A little tuck here. I did spraying with some sprays through a stencil. Here I use some of these little borders to add to the digi, and I think I added a chalk paint. Oh, is that what it's called? What it is this, pastels, pan pastels. But I use the pink color because it's layered. They got blue and I think a yellow, and I used a peachy color. I don't know where it is. I should show you I'll show you my room because my friend Stephanie with Coffee Paper Scissors, she showed the aftermath of her craft room. And maybe I'll show you what mine looks like after making 2 journals like this. A little stenciling, coffee dyeing, stencil, sprayed through a stencil. Cute. Those sweet cut aparts. You see this little chiffon ruffle lace. And that tucks in here like that. Added a tab. And more, this was stenciling. Oops. And here I have a little tuck, and I add a little vellum flower that I cut apart that I sewed across. And this is like a little tuck here. Got your music paper. This was more layered stamping with the rose. Here you can see the crochet trim. So this is all just a little similar. And then this, I have a little stretchy band like the tie here. And I did a lot of die cutting. Use my dies to make die cuts. This is little tatting here. I could ink around and have a little card here that I could ink. I don't know, I'm so tired. Let's see if I have the energy to ink. Okay, we went to Cedar Key yesterday, a little over an hour from here where we live. And it's a little boating, fishing, I guess a fishing village. It's been hit by the hurricanes a couple times, which is kind of sad. It was, still struggling, but we got some seafood there. I think they're known for their clams. Here's a couple little things you could add somewhere. So we did that. And a little adventure. I added this couple of pieces. This is cut off from here. It's crochet in a little crochet bow right there. Here I added some little flatbacks, a little bow cut apart. Here you can see this beautiful vintage lace. I threaded some satin ribbon. And then I just kept this as is because I kind of blended with that and I like that. So you could add whatever you wanted into that. This is the beginning of the second signature. Here I have a pocket. There's a few things in here. There's a digital postcard. And maybe I'll just add one of these here too. I have a lot of leftover little cut aparts. And here's a die cut I did with the little string and the little tea bag. And we have a guest check. And added this little tab with a crochet bow. And this was a digital that I thought was cute. Got a little label, and then I added a little sticker. And then I did stenciling. I had a T stencil, and then this other stencil right here. I like the way that turned out. Have the digital here. Nice crinkly paper. Stenciling here with doily. I don't know if you can even see that. Kind of a light peach. And then this was a digital, and I added this little frame and then added the pastel to the pink roses. Just gave it a little extra something. And then added some of this. This was another die that I have. Added the little flower and the leaves there. I like how that little image is framed right here. And this is a little, kind of like a little library pocket. And then I decided to add a little extra vellum here, a little extra vellum piece. and added that. It's a little faux postcard from a digital kit, and I've had these digis a while, so I don't know exactly whose they are. It's from a vintage magazine, little crochet ladies here. Beautiful paper, crunchy stenciling I did, and coffee dyeing, and I did wonky pages. Coffee dyeing. Here is a flip of a card that I had gotten from Hobby Lobby, and I added the little corners, paper corners, and here's some beautiful vintage lace here. And then I used this die to make this die cut with laces and a little applique. I just thought it was pretty. You could always add something more to it. And then here's the middle of the second signature. And I have this paper bag here that I stenciled and did the layered stamping here. Was this a pocket? No, little label, embossed label, and I added these here, and you could add things into the pockets here. And yeah, this doily on this beautiful paper. And I have just this little booklet here, this pretty image from a die cut. And then here's a little pocket, sweet little paper. And then on this side, we have a different doily. So we've got this one, and here's a little different one. And a cute little tag, or cut apart. And this is a scan from my friend Tammy with Jimmy and Tammy. Thank you. I'm going to add another card. And then we have this like crochet lace on the edge here. And I did a double pocket, this one here, and then I added this framed the flowers, this cute little flower card. And here, this was a cutter from a digital kit here. And I added this and added a little applique and a little tab. And this is listed in my Etsy as of now. A little coffee dyeing page here, coffee dyed page, a little ledger page. So you have room to write, just fun little off-center papers. Here it's a little vellum piece, and I have a fussy cut from a digital, and this paper is so pretty that I added this coffee dyed paper. It's from that magazine or book with the little crochet ladies. Here I have this, what do you call this, netting, and I added this die cut, and you can see a little bit of the netting here and ribbon to the side. And then I have this faux postcard here. Added one of the little stamps. This from Tammy that I printed on the back of it. Kind of a peachy color. And I have a little applique and lace here. I have this little tea card here. And this is the peachy stencil there. Stenciled, sprayed. It's from a die I have. It's added some paper. Some coffee dyed, I like that. Here I stenciled, and I came back and stamped. These crinkly papers. This folds out, and then you have it clipped on, and also a little tuck here that you could add whatever you wanted to. You could add paper, you can add pictures, just a little booklet. And I added this on here, and then I used my die to make that banner. Interesting papers. And this, you can see some of this little lacy, I think it was a tablecloth. And I added, just had some, actually this was just a sticker that was on this backing, that green paper, and I kept it, I tore it, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use that as a tuck. So I tucked this in here, and that was a little embossed label. And I have in here another little cut apart, because this has two sections, this one and this one. I have a little envelope from a die, and I just added a couple cute little things here. Who doesn't like a little envelope, right? This cute party time cut apart, and some paper. Okay, that's the end of the second signature. And then here I added more, this like tablecloth lace. Added a little applique, and I sewed that down with this fabric, which is also on the cover. And have a little vellum frame, and I kept that open. Added this vellum butterfly, and inside it's just a little tag. And this, I use this graphic 45 paper with a die that I have to make this die cut. And here is the beginning of the third signature. I use this beautiful vintage embroidered crocheted edge pocket for a pocket. And you can see this vintage, it's like a thicker lace here. And inside, whoops, throwing things. This little tag. And actually you could tuck it right here. And then I added chiffon ribbon. And another piece that I die cut. It's got like little raggedy edges. And, oh, what else do I have? One other little card. Okay. Here is this gorgeous lace. You can see this piece that I used for the pocket on the side. And then I also use these little shabby roses on top of the ribbon here. I threaded the ribbon first, and then I added these shabby flowers. You can also see the edge here of the pocket. And I added a embossed label and this little tag. And here you can see the flowers are going over the jar. I have that die, so I used that. And then you bring it out, and I could coffee dye that. I'm not sure. I mean coffee dye. I could ink it. Well, I think it looks fine like it is, but isn't that cute how that kind of overhangs the, looks like flowers in the flower pot. Did a little stamping, coffee dyeing. And on this beautiful paper, this is part of the envelope. The other part's on the other side here. This is the flap. I added this little embellished embroidered piece, and then these little embroidered flowers. And this is a die cut. that I added to this paper here. And did spraying. And we have this little booklet. Oh, stamping of that image. Oh, could you see there? It looks like my lighting's not real good. And then here's a flap of an envelope also. You could see the ruffle from this side. This was a cut apart, and then I added this little flower piece. So then this is a pocket. I did a little, added some of my die cuts there. And we have cut apart. So that goes here. And then here's the embossing folder that I have. Postcard one, and then I added some die cuts and a little stamp, and then I backed it with some copied dyed paper. And I thought this was pretty with the peachy and green colors. And you can kind of see all the fluffy goodness. And this was a card that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I toned it down a little bit because it had bright flowers with the appliques here. And this was a pearl that I cut off, and then I added applique. But I thought that really turned out really pretty. And we have a tag here. And this is another one of these little postcards, like embossed. Added the stamp and this little embossed die cut. It's got a little green and pink. Did some spraying here, a couple different sprays. And this is a little vellum piece, memories, so many memories, and just added this pretty little piece here. You can put that wherever you'd want. Another of this magazine or book page with the crochet ladies. Spraying. This was from a card that I got from Hobby Lobby, and I just cut it, and then this had been sprayed with green and I think a gold spray. And then we have this piece here from Tammy, and it was originally from a Harper's magazine. So this turned out really handy to have in here. And you can see the other hanky that I used for the middle of the last signature. And I thought it turned out really pretty. I placed it here, and like I did with the other ones, from this side before I sewed it in, you know, I sewed it to the paper. And this is beautiful vintage hanky. And I added on this music paper some more of my die cuts. So I did a lot of die cutting and stamping and stenciling, spraying in this journal. Added a little applique, added some, what do you call this? I'm so tired, I don't know. What is it? But I thought that was fun to add to it. So this is now a big pocket. And then on this side, I made this 2 pockets. So you have, this was a digital. I thought it went well. And here's another die cut from the, or cut apart from the Graphic 45 Time to Celebrate collection. And then this opens up for more journaling. Added lace here, a little applique, a little butterfly, added that die cut. Did some spraying, coffee dyeing, made a little booklet, and then another one of these that I die cut out, added fabric in it, applique. I hope you're having a great day, enjoying it. The weekend's coming up, so I hope you have time to create or do something fun. Just added a few pieces here, a little spring, and this I did some die cutting. I thought it's time to use some of my die cuts and stamps. So I did for this journal. I thought this is cute. I added a little crochet piece, and this is a tuck with a teapot, like that. And tucked inside the little teapot, I have a couple little things. That would be cute, and this has spray on it too. Little plant page, and a little digital plant page, and this I added for a little tuck spot. Cute little ladies, cute little squirrel. And then this is a belly band. So I took the fabric that is on the cover, but it's been mainly covered, but right here you can see. Took that, added it to white cardstock, then I added different layers of lace. Then I added a doily, and then a die cut, and then these shabby flowers. And then at the top, I added these pretty appliques, lace, took the pearl out, and then I added these little appliques to the center. And then I just cut up some really pretty paper to journal in. And over here, this opens up. And I added, this is another die I have. I cut that out of the paper. Then I added this little applique. You could write all in here. Cut apart. Here's another one of these little doilies. I have the little stamp inked. Add that little corner piece. It's like an embossed. Added coffee dyed paper to the back. I love the stamp, the lady in the hat. Well, this was a digital. Added a little card to it. More spraying here onto the back of that paper. Love that crunchy sound. And this was the other side of the envelope. We have a chiffon and a little applique, a little piece here. Added one of those corners. This is a thicker little piece here, and then inside I just have a couple more of these cards. And the same on this side. I tore some paper. This is a vellum key, another piece of paper, and then we have one of these little die cuts, and I added the crown to that. And we're coming toward the end. I have this little plate that I thought was perfect to tuck something in. And then I sewed this applique to the ruffle, paper ruffle. Right there. And then here we have a belly band. Added some appliques. I love this. This is such pretty lace. And another little digital card. Need to ink. And added this digital to this paper. And I added these corners. Here they look dimensional, and added some more pink to it. So that, and then Here's the pretty lace. And here's another one of the cards that I had recently got from Hobby Lobby. So that opens up, and it's also a tuck. And I thought it was a little too modern, so then I added this vintage lady here with some applique. And then I have, I die cut this out with a die I have. And I added this little label there. So there, and then a little velvet to the edge here. So there you have it. This has been listed in my Etsy, Pam Vanny. It's the name of my shop. And check it out if you're interested. And I'll put the link to the Etsy shop with this that's listed. And I thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. And if you would subscribe, like, and comment, that would mean a lot to me. Appreciate it. See you next time. Bye-bye.